The knock was soft, too soft for someone who belonged here. I stood in the hallway, halfway between the kitchen and the front door, holding a glass of water I hadn't tasted. The children's laughter from the living room was faint, blurred by the years. Another knock, 3 taps this time. I opened it, and there she was. The same face I once kissed goodnight, now lined, tired, different. Her hair was shorter, the kind of short that doesn't speak of style but survival. Her eyes searched mine for something. Recognition? Permission? I didn't move. Neither did she. She began. I didn't let her finish. My silence filled the air heavier than her words could. I just stared. The weight of 17 years collapsed into the space between us. 17 years ago, she had walked out with a suitcase and a lie, said she needed time, said it wasn't about anyone else. I believed her, because the alternative was too sharp to hold. But the truth came faster than healing. A friend's whispered apology. A photo slipped into my mailbox. Her hand in his hand low on her back. The same back I had rubbed when our youngest was born 2 months earlier. She didn't come for the children. Not once. No birthdays, no graduations, just silence. As if she had been erased from our lives. Until now. Her voice broke into the present. I need to talk to you. About the kids. Kids? As if she hadn't missed the years that shaped them into strangers. As if they were still hers to claim. I kept my expression flat. Inside my pulse was a slow, deliberate hammer. I didn't answer her then. I just stepped aside. Not to invite her in, just enough to let the cold air drift past me and make her wait. Her story came in pieces over the next week. I didn't ask for them. She handed them over anyway, as if explaining herself could rewrite the past. The man she left with had died. Cancer, she said, quietly. She'd been alone since. No children, no home she could keep. She wanted to reconnect. She wanted to make amends. I listened, and while she spoke, I worked. Quietly. I pulled out the old file I'd kept, a habit of mine to document, to record, to remember. Photos, letters, receipts, court orders she never followed. The life she chose over us in paper form. Then I went deeper. I called people I hadn't spoken to in over a decade. Dug through public records. Found what I suspected. She hadn't just left for him. She'd taken money. My money. Sold things I never had the chance to miss before they were gone. Every night I'd sit at my desk with the lamp low, reading the fragments of her absence. Every morning I'd greet her at the door when she came back, pretending to listen, letting her think she was threading her way back in. On the 8th day, I called her into the kitchen. The kids were gone. School, work, their own lives she didn't belong to. I slid a folder across the table. Read it. She hesitated, then opened it. The first page was a copy of our bank records from 17 years ago. Large withdrawals in her handwriting. The next page, pawn shop receipts. Then photos of her with him on trips she swore she'd never taken. And finally, the letter from the lawyer who had handled the small inheritance my parents left me. Money she had claimed as her own and drained before the paperwork was even dry. Her hands trembled. She looked up at me, tears already forming. "You kept all this?" I didn't blink. "I keep everything." The tears fell. She covered her mouth, shaking her head. "I thought, after all this time? You thought I forgot?" My voice was calm, almost gentle. She didn't answer. She couldn't. I stood, walked to the counter, and poured coffee into 2 mugs. Set one in front of her. "You came here thinking you could just step back in? I wanted to fix. You can't fix what you destroyed on purpose." She flinched. The words hit, but I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. I slid another envelope toward her. This one thin, fresh. Inside was a printed email, my email, sent to each of the children the night before. It told the truth. All of it. Where she went, who she left for, what she took, why she never came back. Every ugly detail I'd once been too proud to share. "They know," I said simply. Her breath caught. She opened her mouth, then closed it again. No defense left. I let the silence sit until it hurt. Then I leaned forward. "You didn't lose us when you left. You lost us when you thought we'd wait." She left without finishing the coffee, without saying goodbye. I watched her from the window as she walked down the street. She didn't look back. Neither did I. There was no satisfaction, no triumph, just the kind of stillness that comes when a storm finally burns itself out. The kids came home that evening. We didn't talk about her. We didn't need to. That night I sat alone in the kitchen, the folder still on the table. I didn't feel lighter, I didn't feel heavier, I just felt done. Some debts aren't repaid in money, they're repaid in truth, and she finally got hers.